Okay, so welcome everyone. My name is Dawn Monaco and I represent SPAN Parent Advocacy Network on behalf of the YTC Planning Committee. Hopefully all of you have been taking advantage of all the wonderful workshops we've had in the last 2 days, and we're not over yet. So we have today, tomorrow, and we have the Q&A session on Friday. So hopefully we'll see you again after today. So we will place a registration form in the chat box for you to share your contact information so that you can share so that we can share the recordings and resources with you from this workshop. Please note, for those of you who are seeking continuing education credit, you're required to complete the form, as this is the contact method in which we will send you your proof of attendance. Today's workshops will be hosted via the same link you've joined with us today. You can see the full schedule on our website, and we will be sharing the agenda on the screen after the conclusion of this workshop. We shared it earlier as well. So today I'm happy to let you know that we have a presentation from Marcial Hernandez Jr. on the overview of Social Security programs. I will be pulling up the PowerPoint in 1 second. Also, we want to let you know that if you have any questions, you can always, later on, we'll provide you an email that you can use if you need to contact us. Okay, so Marcial, I do have your PowerPoint up. Welcome. We're happy to have you. I'm just going to kind of go by you. You tell me when to flip the screen, the pages.
And now you have the one that says, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hear me? Okay. I have the one that says, welcome, right?
It says overview of Social Security disability.
Okay, very good.
Yes, yep. I can't, are you speaking? I can't hear it. Oh, go ahead.
Yes.
Okay.
Is that better?
Yes. So I'll go to the second slide, or did you want me to
Yes.
stay on the first one? Okay.
Yes, we're with
Well,
you
here we go.
if the unexpected happens. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Good morning. Good morning, and thank you to Ms. Amy Jadell and Ms. April DiPietro and the staff from the 2022 New Jersey Youth Transition Conference Planning Team for asking Social Security to speak with you today about the Social Security programs available through the Social Security Administration. Your organization, an agency that empowers youth and youth adults with special needs to support coordination, will benefit from this presentation. I will do my best to give clear, concise information on the two programs by explaining how each works, along with eligibility and entitlement factors. In turn, I hope to have provided your team with the foundational knowledge on these disability programs so you're better equipped to guide the public you serve to make informed decisions if applying or receiving disability benefits. Today we'll focus on Social Security Disability, SSDI, and Social Security Supplemental Security Income, SSI. We will explain the filing process, the medical determination process, appeal rights, and post-entitlement responsibilities. My name is Marcial Hernandez Jr. I have worked for the Social Security Administration for over 22 years plus. I started as a claims representative specialist, progressed to management as a operations supervisor. I was then promoted to public affairs specialist, where I now have the pleasure of doing community outreach and engagement throughout New Jersey. Remember, this event is public. Please do not share any personal information, such as your date of birth, Social Security numbers, about yourself, or any others during the event. Okay? For more than 80 years, Social Security has helped secure today and tomorrow by providing benefits and financial protection for millions of people throughout their life's journey. Social Security touches the lives of every American, both directly and indirectly. As you consider the information that you are about to receive, I encourage you to think about all the ways Social Security has been linked to your life and the lives of your loved ones. Disability could happen at any moment in our lives. Social Security disability benefits provide financial support to people when they need it most. For people who no longer work due to disability, our disability program is there to replace some of their lost income. Disability benefits provide modest coverage of severely disabled workers and their dependents, including wounded warriors. Next slide.
Go ahead.
SSI versus SSDI versus SSI. When you file an application for disability benefits with Social Security, we always check on your eligibility for both of our programs. The same medical requirements apply for both programs, but the non-medical requirements differ. Staff at your local Social Security field office review your non-medical eligibility if you meet the non-medical requirements for SSDI, SSI, or both programs. We send your claim or claims to a medical examiner who works for the state of New Jersey. When we can send both to the medical examiner, this is a concurrent filing as they will make one medical decision for both disability applications. Specifically, the medical examiners work for a state agency called the Disability Determination Service, or DDS. Once the medical examiner makes a medical decision on your application, you receive notification by mail, and your local Social Security field office receives notification electronically. If your claim is approved, you start receiving monthly disability benefits. If denied, you have 60 days to file an appeal. For SSDI, you must have recent work history in order to receive benefits. Adults must have worked and earned Social Security credits in 5 of the 10 years prior to the onset of the disability. For younger workers, however, less work is required. For example, before the age of 24, you need 1.5 years of work in a 3-year period before becoming disabled. Ages 24 to 31, work during half the time between age 21 and the time of the disability began. Age 31 or older, work during 5 out of the 10 years before the disability began. However, since you do not need to work and gain insured status for SSI, babies and other people who have never worked can receive SSI benefits. They just need to be blind, disabled, or age 65 or older, or have limited income and resources. Social Security has a specific set of rules that apply to the disability beneficiaries. If you receive Social Security disability benefits or Supplemental Security Income payments, you must report all earnings to Social Security. Next slide.
Go ahead.
Social Security Disability Insurance, SSDI. Social Security's disability definition requires you to have a medical condition that prevents you from doing substantial work for at least 12 months or your condition is terminal. This work determination is based on your age, education, and work experience. Our definition makes the clear distinction between Social Security's disability requirements compared to other disability programs such as veterans and workers' compensation. In addition to meeting the definition of disability, you must also have worked long enough and recent enough to qualify. The number of work credits you need to qualify for disability benefits depends on your age when you become disabled. Generally, you need 40 credits, 20 of which were earned in the last 10 years, ending with the year you become disabled. For younger workers, less work, fewer credits are required, as I said before. You can apply for disability benefits in person, by telephone, by mail, or online. The application is then sent to a state disability determination services for evaluation of disability. After becoming eligible for disability benefits, the law requires us to conduct a medical review to ensure that the beneficiary still qualifies for the program. This generally occurs 3 to 7 years, depending on the severity of the disability. Next slide.
Okay.
SSDI benefits for the family. Certain members of your family may qualify for benefits based on your work. They include your spouse, if he or she is age 62 or older. Your spouse at any age, if he or she is caring for a child of yours who's younger than the age 16 or disabled. Your unmarried child, including an adopted child, or in some cases, a stepchild or grandchild. The child must be younger than age 18 or younger than 19 if still in high school. Your unmarried child, age 18 or older, if he or she has a disability that started before the age of 22. The child's disability must also meet the definition of disability for adults. Note, in some situations, a divorced spouse may qualify for benefits based on your earnings. If he or she was married to you for at least 10 years and is not currently married and is at least age 62. The money paid to the divorced spouse doesn't reduce your benefit or any benefits due to your current spouse or children. Next slide.
Okay.
Compassionate allowances, CAL. At Social Security, we have a special program called Compassionate Allowances, which can get you a much faster and expedited medical decision if you're diagnosed with specific conditions. These conditions are selected using the information received at public outreach hearings, comments received from Social Security, NDDS communities, council of medical and scientific experts, and our research with the National Institute of Health. In fact, there are more than 225 conditions that qualify for expedited disability claim processing through this program. To learn more and see if you or someone who you know qualifies for this program, visit ssa.gov/compassionate allowances. Next slide.
Okay.
SSDI. What happens next? Your application will be reviewed to make sure you must meet basic requirements for disability benefits. We'll check whether you worked enough years to qualify and evaluate any current work activities. If you meet these requirements, we'll forward your case to the Disability Determination Services Office in your state. Next slide.
Okay.
Auxiliary benefits for children. Your unmarried child can get benefits if they are younger than age 18, between the ages of 18 and 19, and a full-time student no higher than grade 12, or age 18 or older with a disability that began before the age of 22. Under certain circumstances, we also pay benefits to a stepchild, grandchild, step-grandchild, or adopted child. Within a family, a child can receive up to 1/2 of the parent's full retirement or disability benefit. If a child receives survivor benefits, they can get up to 75% of the deceased parent's basic Social Security benefit. There is a limit to the amount of money we can pay to a family. The family maximum can be from 100 to 80% of the parent's full benefit amount. If the total amount payable to a family member exceeds this limit, we reduce each person's benefit proportionately, except the workers, until the total equals the maximum allowable amount. Okay. Next slide.
Okay.
Supplemental Security Income, SSI. If you are disabled but do not have enough credits to qualify for SSDI, and you have limited income and resources, you may be eligible for the Supplemental Security Income, which is SSI. SSI is a federal income supplemental program funded by the general tax revenues, not Social Security taxes. Social Security administers the SSI program, which pays monthly benefits to adults with limited income and resources who are disabled, blind, or age 65 or older. Blind or disabled children may also get SSI. People who have worked long enough, recently enough, may be able to receive Social Security benefits such as disability or retirement and SSI benefits at the same time, if the amount of Social Security benefits in combination with the person's other income falls below the SSI income limits. Additionally, any household with an individual who receives SSI may be eligible to receive discounted internet service through the Affordable Connectivity Program, or ACP. The ACP is run by the Federal Communications Commission, not by the Social Security Administration. Receiving assistance through the ACP will not affect your eligibility for SSI or your SSI payment. For more information, visit fcc.gov/ACP. Or you can visit Supplemental Income publication under our publications, and that's at number 0511000. Okay. Next slide.
Okay.
Requirements for getting SSI. To be eligible for SSI, you must have limited income and few resources, be age 65 or older, be totally or partially blind, or have a medical condition that keeps you from working and is expected to last at least 1 year or result in death. Note, there are different rules for children. Next slide.
Okay.
Requirements for getting SSI. Your income. It's money you receive, such as wages, Social Security benefits, pensions, income, also includes such things as food and shelter. Your resources. Things you own, such as real estate, bank accounts, cash, stocks, and bonds. Where you live. Must live in the United States or Northern Mariana Islands. If you're not a U.S. citizen, but you are lawfully residing in the United States, you'll still be eligible for SSI. Okay. Next slide.
Okay.
Income. Let's talk about income. Examples of income. Income is any item an individual receives in cash or in kind that can be used to meet his or her need for food or shelter. Income includes, for the purposes of SSI, the receipt of any item which can be applied either directly or by sale or conversion to meet basic needs of food and shelter. Types of income for SSI purposes. Earned income is wages, net earnings from self-employment, certain royalties, honoraria, and sheltered workshop payments. Unearned income is all income that is not earned, such as Social Security benefits, pensions, state disability payments, unemployment benefits, interest income, dividends, and cash from friends and relatives. In-kind income is food, shelter, or both that you get for free or for less than its fair market value. And lastly, deemed income is the part of the income of your spouse with whom you live, your parents with whom you live, or your sponsor if you are an alien, which we use to compute the SSI benefit amount. Next slide.
Okay.
Talk about resources. Resources, again, is bank accounts, like CDs, IRAs, stocks, bonds, 401k plans, liquid assets. A second car, we do not count the first car. A life insurance policy. Life insurance policies, some do not have cash surrender value, and some do. So we need to see the actual life insurance policy to determine what kind of life insurance it is. Because if they have a cash surrender value, that's a resource. Okay? And property other than where you live. Excluded resources. The home in which you live. The first car, like I stated. Burial plots for self and family. Some resources set aside for burial. Okay? And the individual limit is $2,000 for resources, and couples is $3,000. Okay? Next slide.
Okay.
Living arrangements. Living arrangements are another factor to determine how much SSI a person can get. Benefits may vary depending on where you live. You can also find the useful links in our ssa.gov website by going to the SSI table of contents under Helpful Information. Understanding SSI homepage for more detailed explanation of resources, income, and living arrangements. Next slide.
Go ahead.
What to report under SSI? You must report any changes listed below to us because they may affect your eligibility for Supplemental Security Income, which is the SSI, and your benefit amount. Okay? Like a change of address, again, living arrangements, earned income, wages, marital status, immigration status. Any changes that'll, affect your way, lifestyle, or whatever the case may be, change in school attendance, change in legal, living outside the U.S., whatever the case may be. Next slide.
Okay.
SSI for children. Who is considered a child for SSI? May be eligible beginning as early as date of birth until age 18. When a child reaches 18, impairments are evaluated based on definition of disability for adults. Next slide.
Go ahead.
Again, SSI requirements for children again. A child with a visual impairment may be eligible based on blindness if the impairment meets the definition of blindness. If under 18, the child has a physical or mental impairment. The child must be either blind or disabled. Condition must be expected to last at least 12 months or result in death. Next slide.
Okay.
Again, continuation of SSI requirements for children. Disabled children living in households with limited income and resources may be eligible to receive SSI. For eligibility, the income, the assets of the disabled child, and parents living in the household are assessed. Children's income examples: child support, Social Security auxiliary benefits, gifts, stocks and bonds. Okay, next slide.
Okay.
Deeming. What is deeming? The process of determining how much a parent's income and resources will count is called deeming. When does it apply? If a child has income and resources that we must consider, and the child is under 18 years of age, and lives in the home with his or her natural or adopted parents, or lives away at a school but comes home on some weekends, holidays, or school vacations, and is subject to parental control. Deeming stops the month after a child turns 18. Okay, next slide.
Okay.
SSI determination for children turning 18. We make a new disability determination using the adult rules. We no longer count the income and resources of parents for the eligibility. If the child continues to live with parents but does not pay for food or shelter, a lower SSI payment may apply. An SSI application can be made as early as the day of the 18th birthday. There are cases where children did not qualify from birth to when they turn 18, but once they turn 18, then they can qualify because we're not counting the parents' resources. Okay? Next slide.
Okay.
SSI in age 18 foster children. A disabled youth transitioning out of foster care may file an SSI application if he or she lives in a foster care situation, alleges blindness or disability, appears likely to meet all the non-medical eligibility requirements when foster care payments terminate, expects foster care payments to cease within 180 days of the application filing date, or is within 180 days of losing foster care eligibility because of age. Next slide.
Okay.
SSI and homeless. Social Security defines homeless as a transient, an individual with no permanent living arrangement, no fixed place of residence. A transient is neither a member of a household nor a resident of an institution. Okay? If you're homeless, you can receive your SSI benefits by having them deposited into your personal bank account, having your benefits mailed to a third party, having a relative or other third party be assigned to your representative pay, or having your benefits directed to a Direct Express bank card. That's a service that Social Security has, and you contact them when you don't have a bank account of your own. And a claims representative can guide you through that one. Note, for homeless advocates, we figure your benefit amount the same as we do for a person who lives in his own house, apartment, or mobile home. Next slide.
Okay.
SSI, what happens next? You may have another appointment to update your living arrangements, income, and resource information. This is referred to as a pre-effection review or PERC. Next slide.
Okay.
Disability Determination Services Office by state. So now, whether you're SSDI, SSI, or both applications are sent to the medical decision, for a medical decision, they are both sent to the Disability Determination Services, DDS, for a medical decision. They'll ask your doctors about your medical conditions, when your medical conditions began, how your medical conditions limit your activities, medical tests, and what treatments you've received. They'll also ask the doctors for information about your ability to do work-related activities, such as walking, sitting, lifting, carrying, and remembering instructions. Your doctors don't decide if you're disabled. The state agency staff may need more medical information before they can decide if you are disabled. If your medical sources can't provide needed information, the state agency may ask you to go for a special examination. This is called a consultative examination, a CE. We prefer to ask your own doctor, but sometimes the exam may have to be done by someone else. Social Security will pay for the exam and for some of the related travel costs. These conditions are based on information received at public outreach hearings, comments received from Social Security, and DDS communities, Council of Medical and Specific Experts, and our research at the National Institutes of Health. Okay. To learn more if someone qualifies for this program, you can visit ssa.gov/compassion allowances again. Next slide. Sorry. Next slide. Hello.
No, go ahead. Sorry about that.
Okay. We'll tell you our decision. What happens when my claim is approved? We'll send you a letter telling you your application is approved, the amount of your monthly benefit, and the effective date. Your monthly disability benefit is based on your average lifetime earnings. Your first Social Security benefits will be paid for the sixth month after the date of your disability began. And that's for SSDI. You'll also receive what you need to know when you get disability benefits, which is publication 05-10153, which gives you important information about your benefits and tells you what changes you must report to us. What if I disagree? If you disagree with a decision made on your claim, you can appeal it. The steps you can take are explained in your right to question the decision made on your claim, publication number 05-10058, which is available from Social Security on our website. Next slide.
Okay.
Disagree with the medical decision. If you deny disability benefits for whatever reason, you have the right to due process and have the right to appeal the decision. This can also be completed online at ssa.gov/benefits/disability/appeal.html. Next slide.
Okay.
When should I apply for disability benefits? Processing an application for disability benefits can take 3 to 5 months for a decision. The information we need includes your Social Security number, your birth or baptismal certificate, names, addresses, and phone numbers of the doctors, caseworkers, hospitals, and clinics that took care of you, and dates of your visits, names and dosage of all your medicine you take, medical records from your doctors, therapists, hospitals, clinics, and caseworkers that you already have in your possession, laboratory and test results, a summary of where you worked and the kind of work you did, a copy of your most recent W-2 form, wage and tax statement, or if you're self-employed, your federal tax returns for the past year. In addition to the basic application for disability benefits, you also need to fill out the other forms. One form collects information about your medical condition and how it affects your ability to work. Other forms give doctors, hospitals, and other healthcare professionals who have treated you permission to send us information about your medical condition. Don't delay applying for benefits if you can't get all the information together quickly. We'll help you get it. Next slide.
Okay.
How to apply for SSI as an adult. Okay. Other ways to apply for SSI: by phone at 1-800-772-1213 or at our office. Note, there are 7 types of qualified aliens you have an applicant and are not sure if you're eligible. Before you dismiss the possibility, please contact your local Social Security office for an official answer. A non-citizen lawful permanent resident may also apply. We'll need to see the proof of immigration status, current DHS admission, departure form I-94, form I-551, order from an immigration judge showing withholding of removal or granting asylum, DD-214 if you're in the armed forces. If they have a sponsor, generally we will count the income assets of the sponsor to determine eligibility. Okay. Next slide.
Okay, I think how do I apply for disability benefits? Or you need to tell Social Security if. Sorry, I think I'm behind here.
How to apply for SSI under age 18.
This one is, you can begin the process and complete a large part of your application online.
The next one, the one after that, I just did
Okay.
that one.
Okay, that's what I thought.
How to
Go
apply
ahead.
for SSI under age 18? We're good?
Yep, I got it. Yep, we're good.
All right, very good. Okay. How to apply for SSI under the age of 18. Okay, visit our website at ssa.gov/benefits/SSI/start to let us know you want to apply for SSI for a child under the age 18. Or you can schedule an appointment. Just call us at 1-800-772-1213. Anytime from 7 a.m. It says 8 a.m., but 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, or contact your local Social Security officer. Begin the process online by completing the Child Disability Report, again, at ssa.gov/Child Disability Report. A representative will then contact you to complete the application. Note, children born in the United States with undocumented parents can still qualify for SSI and should apply. Next slide.
Okay.
How do I apply for disability benefits? The quickest and most convenient way is to apply online. The disability claims interview lasts about an hour. If you're deaf or hard of hearing, you may call our toll-free TTY number, which is 800-325-0778, okay, Monday through Friday. If you schedule an appointment, we'll send you a disability starter kit to help you get ready for your disability claims interview. The disability starter kit also is available online at ssa.gov/disability. You have the right to representation by an attorney or other qualified person of your choice when you do business with Social Security. More information is in Your Right to Representation, publication number 05-10075, which is available from Social Security at ssa.gov/PUBS, online only. Your local office is, note, if your organization is unable to assist the individual with an application, but would like to protect their filing date, at minimum, go to SSI landing page and establish a lead. This takes about 5 minutes. Okay. Next slide.
Okay.
You need to tell Social Security if you have an outstanding warrant for your arrest, you must tell us if you have an outstanding arrest warrant for any of the following felony offenses: flight to avoid prosecution or confinement, escape from custody, and flight escape. You can't receive regular disability benefits or any other underpayments may be due for any month in which there is an outstanding arrest warrant for any of these felony offenses. If you're convicted of a crime, tell Social Security right away. If you're convicted of a crime, regular disability benefits or any underpayments that may due aren't paid for the month a person is confined for a crime, but any family members who are eligible for benefits based on that person's work may continue to receive benefits. Monthly benefits or Any underpayments that may be due are usually not paid to someone who commits a crime and is confined to an institution by court order and at public expense. This applies if a person has been found not guilty by reason of insanity or similar factors, such as mental disease, mental defect, or mental incompetence, or incompetence to stand trial. If you violate a condition of parole or probation, you must tell us if you're violating a condition of your probation or parole imposed under federal or state law. You can't receive regular disability benefits or any underpayments that may be due for any month in which you violate a condition of your probation or parole. Next slide.
Okay.
Medicaid, Medicare. Okay? Medicare. If you're found to be disabled under the federal law, how does medical work? How does the medical work? If you're insured and approved for SSDI, your Medicare will begin regardless of your age after receiving SSDI benefits for 24 months. The Part A is 100% subsidized by the government for an insured individual. However, Part B is only subsidized by 80%, so there is a monthly premium that would be removed from your benefit check and sent to Medicare directly. Depending on your monthly benefit amount, a person may qualify for help to pay for their monthly premiums. We will refer them to the State Health Insurance Program, which is CHIP. Medicare-specific questions should be referred to Medicare.gov or 1-800-MEDICARE, which is 633-4227. If you're approved for SSI, once your pre-affection review, which is the PERC, is complete and you put into pay status, the federal Medicaid will begin about 2 weeks later. Any specific questions on Medicaid will be referred to the county. Persons entitled to both SSDI and SSI due to the benefit amount on their own record, as long as they're eligible for at least $1, even $1 under SSI, they'll still receive Medicaid. 2 weeks after the SSI starts, and Medicare after 24 months of receiving SSDI benefits. Okay? If a person is seeking a denial letter to show they're not eligible for Medicaid from the Social Security, they would have had to apply for the benefit and would have received a denial notice. Typically, if you're receiving SSI, they are receiving Medicaid unless they're in a non-pay status or suspense status, which is not a denial. So there's nothing for us to provide. Rather, they need to report to the Social Security and rectify either non-pay or suspense status. Next slide.
Okay.
Help with Medicare prescription drug plan costs. Extra help is available for beneficiaries with limited resources and income to help pay for the cost related to a Medicare prescription drug plan. These costs include monthly premiums, annual deductibles, and prescription copays. Extra help is estimated to be about $5,100 per year. You may apply for extra help online, over the phone, or in your local Social Security office. This is an application to see if the federal government can subsidize a prescription drug plan for an individual. Note, it does not enroll or select a plan. They must address independently by obtaining the enrollment Medicare and U-Book from 1-800-MEDICARE. Next slide.
Okay.
Advanced designation of representative pays. In March 2020, Social Security implemented a new option to help protect your financial future. Advanced designation of representative pays allows you to designate in advance up to 3 individuals who could serve as a representative pay for you should the need arise. Advance designation is not an appointment of a representative payee nor a power of attorney. Participation is voluntary, and you can update and withdraw the information at any time. If you choose to participate, we'll send you a notice each year listing your advance designees for your review. We only contact advanced designees if we determine that you need a representative payee to help you managing your benefits. With advanced designation, you'll have peace of mind knowing that someone you trust may be appointed to manage your benefits if the time comes when you're unable to manage them or direct the management of your benefits in the future. You can provide us your advanced designation via your personal My Social Security account by visiting your local office or by calling 1-800-772-1213. If you're deaf or hard of hearing, you may call our TTY number, which is the 1-800-325-0778. Okay, next slide.
Okay.
How to open and sign in to a My Social Security account. Okay, to open a My Social Security account, you must be at least 18 years of age, have a valid email address, a Social Security number, a phone number, and a United States mailing address. To open your account, you go to ssa.gov/my account and select Sign In or Create an Account. If you have a My Social Security username and password prior to September 18th, 2021, you can continue to sign in with the same username and password. You also have an option to sign in through login.gov or id.me if you already have an account. If you don't have a login.gov or id.me account, select Create an Account, link to start this one-time registration process. The first Create an Account button will be sent to a page where you will need to click Create an Account again. Once you select Create an Account, it will automatically direct you to login.gov. This is the page that shows after the first Create the Account, https://secure.ssa.gov/RIL/SI view.action. Once you create a new login.gov credential, we will still complete the identity verification part, so you will need to provide some personal information to us. You will also receive an activation code from us to complete the process of creating your personal My Social Security account. You're given the option to select whether to receive your activation code by postal mail, text message, or automated voice call if we can verify at least one of these options. If you receive your activation code via text message or phone call, you can finish creating your account right away. If you receive your code by mail, you will then need to go to www.ssa.gov/my account and select Finish setting up your account after receiving the code. After successfully creating your account, you're redirected to the My Social Security Terms of Service screen prior to accessing your account. No matter what type of device you use, the My Social Security portal will automatically readjust to fit the appropriate screen size, providing you full, easy-to-use access to your personal account. Next slide.
Okay.
My Social Security Services. If you receive benefits or have Medicare, you can opt out of mailed notices for those available online. Request a replacement Social Security card. Request wages if you work. Request your wages if you work and receive disability SSDI or SSI. Get a benefits verification letter. Check your benefits and payment information and your earnings record. Change your address, phone number. Start or change direct deposit. Submit your advance designation of representative, pay report, request a replacement Medicare card, and get a replacement 1099 or 1042S for tax reasons. So that's what you can do on My Social Security account. Your online My Social Security account provides a wealth of information to help you and your family plan for your financial future. Next slide.
Okay.
Continuation of My Social Security benefits, and this is if you do not receive benefits. You can also review your retirement benefit estimates at different ages or dates when you want to start receiving benefits. You can view possible spouse's benefits. Again, you can request a replacement Social Security card if you meet certain requirements. Check the status of an application or an appeal. Get a benefit verification letter as proof. And get your Social Security statement to review. Okay. Next slide.
Okay.
And continuation. You can assist someone in creating a My Social Security account if they are with you, have their own email address, can answer the out-of-wallet questions, and have been appointed as a paid. You cannot create a My Social Security account on behalf of another person by using another person's information or identity, even if you have that person's written permission. For example, you cannot create an account for another person with whom you have a business relationship, for whom you are a representative payee, or for whom you are an appointment representative. Okay. Next slide.
Okay.
Okay, I want to thank you for having Social Security give this presentation today. Again, I hope I have provided your team with the fundamental knowledge on these disability programs so you are better equipped and guide the public you serve to make informed decisions if applying or receiving disability benefits. Please find my direct contact information if any additional assistance is needed. Thank you and continue to stay safe. That's it.
Thank you so much. I don't
You're
know, I
welcome.
haven't been able
It's a
to
lot of
monitor
information.
yes, a lot of information, and I haven't been able to
Yes.
monitor the chat. So I want to see if there's any questions in the chat for you. How can you tell me?
Yeah.
I have a question.
Because I can't see them.
Yes, go ahead. Is that Amy?
Yes. Hi, folks. A question came to me. Let me just scroll back in the chat here for you, Marcial. It was in the very beginning. Okay.
So I do want to mention that for those that are on who have children with intellectual and developmental disabilities, the importance of SSI and the Medicaid. So if you have a young person who's going to need services from the Division of Developmental Disabilities when they're older, they're going to require Medicaid. And at 18, if they have a disability, you would apply for SSI. Hopefully they would be eligible under the requirements, receive SSI, but then along with SSI, they would receive the Medicaid. And I want to make sure people realize that even if you already have insurance, private insurance, the Medicaid will become the young adults' secondary insurance. But they need that Medicaid for the DDD services. So that's really important. I just wanted to stress that.
Thank you. That's helpful, Don. I was able to find the question here. It says, Marshall, say a child
Yeah.
gets a large gift as a birthday present, a car, for example, on their 17th birthday. They are later determined to make too much for SSI. Is that only for that much, or do they have to reapply?
Okay. Now, if they get a gift and they spend it, they get $25 in an envelope. I mean, you know, we nickel and diming. I mean, you know, it all depends. I mean, this is a child, they're going to spend it the next day, whatever, going to buy the thing. Again, it's something that's going to last in the bank. If they're taking the money, put it in the bank, in their bank account, anything over $2,000, $1,000, okay, we're going to count. Got it? That's what anything over $2,000 is going to count. If they get $25 here sporadically, they spent it, they don't have it the next month, it's fine.
Right. So
Does
if
that make sense?
if a car is in the child's name, that counts as income, as
Yes.
yes.
As
So
a
it's really
resource.
important. Yes.
Yes, if they have a car, but remember, we don't count the first car. The second is what we count.
So if they have a
Okay.
car in their name and that's their first car, then that doesn't
Correct.
get
We're not
counted.
going to count it.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
That's actually, I was not aware of that. That's
Yes.
good.
Yes. Yes. We don't count the
Someone,
first car.
that's wonderful. Someone does have their hand raised. Brenda, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, I was just wondering, of all of the programs that are offered by Social Security, my son gets several. I don't really know which ones they are. He's 15. Is there any way, because I just went on the website to see if I could tell which one he's
Okay.
getting,
Okay.
because
Let me. I don't
you
want to.
mentioned the one.
You can contact me directly, and we'll go over your personal thing, because I don't put stuff personal on here. Like I said in the beginning, you know, don't do any birth, the Social Security numbers about yourself or any others. So you can contact me directly, and we'll go over your situation. That okay with you?
Oh, no, there was a general question. On their website,
Okay,
how do
okay.
you go through and look through what services
What?
are being received, under what program?
Well, you go under. Which one you're looking for? I'm sorry.
No, I was just looking to see which program he is already getting. I don't really know. And I just wanted to know which ones he already had, because you mentioned that you can apply for benefits before 18.
Right. There's SSI and there's SSDI. If it's a child, are they getting SSI or are they getting from a parent, whatever the case may be? Under the website, you'll see children with disabilities. You'll see children. Okay.
Well, it sounds like she's
Well-
not sure, so she
Right.
can reach out to you, Marshall.
Yeah. And then we'll get a little
I
more
think
detail.
that's
Yeah.
probably
I don't want to
best.
get into
If you
that's.
reach out
Yeah,
to
yeah.
him, then
And
he
then I'll
can
work with her.
clarify
I can
that
go
for
through the
you.
whole thing.
Yeah.
Yes. Perfect.
Okay,
Perfect.
thank you.
I appreciate that. Okay. Thank you. Anybody else?
Any other questions?
Yes, I have one in the chat here. If you can't work because of severe asthma, can you be qualified for SSI?
Again, it doesn't hurt to apply if you're not working, and you just got to apply. We don't make the determinations. The disability determinations, they take care of that. But yes, you can apply if you're not working, and because of severe asthma, then apply.
I agree. Yes.
Yeah, don't ever think that you can't. Like I said, even in a person, if you, when in doubt, just come on, apply. If you're not working and it's going to last you more than 12 months, of course, doesn't hurt to apply. If you get it, you get denied, you appeal it. You know, if you can't still work, and then take it from there. And again, if your doctor doesn't have enough information, we'll send you to our doctors, which is called the consultative examination. That answer your question?
Yeah, and there is another
Okay.
question in the chat, but I want to just
Go ahead.
also stress what you're saying about, medical reports, and again, I don't know how many people are on that have kids with developmental disabilities or disabilities in general.
Mhm.
They have IEPs. The importance of making sure they get the reevaluations every 3 years and the updated medical reports, because
Correct.
that's where you're going to need these for when you're starting to apply for SSI. And
Consistency.
yes, so okay, there is another question in the chat. If a student on SSI works part-time over the summer to pay for a semester of college in the fall, but it exceeds the $2,000, will that count against them?
Everything counts. All income
Yeah.
counts. But again,
Yes.
it's an individual factor. If he gets it and spends it or pays directly, like there's all these factors to it. So the individuals contact us, and a representative will look into it and explain to them how it'll affect them. That
Yeah.
won't be a problem. But they
I
must
think
let us
that's
know what's going on immediately. That's why whenever there's any change, let us know. You're going to start working for the summer? Fine. You let us know this is what
right.
you're getting, this is what you spent it on, whatever the case may be, and we'll they'll be able to determine how it affects.
So
Okay.
thank you.
Is that okay?
Yeah, I have another question here. Is it reasonable for a family to charge an adult child rent, perhaps $500 a month?
Whatever works. Whatever works.
Yeah.
Whatever. Again, the determination for SSI, it's based on the program. If you're going to charge your child or whoever rent, then you need to just show the proof, send it, and if you're charging them rent, you're charging them rent.
Yes.
Okay. Another question,
Yeah.
Marshall, what types of medical reports do you need to have updated for determination?
Just general. Just you have your.
Right.
It has to be consistent. It's consistency. If you're disabled and suddenly, because you do get, some people do get better, and it happens. That's why we do a review and every 3 years or whatever. There are people that come off of it. You're not disabled. You're not considered disabled anymore. Okay, you might have had this condition, but you don't have it anymore. Whatever the case may be. Again, we don't make the determination, but there are factors to that. Again, so whatever you go to the doctor consistently. Okay, if you haven't gone in 3 years, then we're going to send you to our doctors, and then they'll see what's going on.
And
Does that
and I would
clarify a
say,
little bit?
and I would say if they're in school, it has to relate. It would relate back to their disability. So if they have a
To
developmental
the
disability,
disability, correct.
right? If they have, the developmental pediatrician or the neurologist.
Mhm,
So
mhm,
you
mhm.
want to just make sure. So if they went to a neurologist and they were diagnosed at 10 and then they've never been back, you're going to want to go back and get an updated evaluation.
Correct.
And I can
Correct.
tell you from personal experience, because I went through this with my son, that when you do apply for SSI and then they want your IEPs, they want all your documentation. I had to chase down people to make sure, because they send paperwork to everyone. They send like
Correct.
They contact them all. And
Yes, correct.
imagine your school receiving these documents. They basically sit there. So I had to make sure every single person who got those letters, I had to contact them. I had to chase them around. And that will, like Marcial said, it takes a few months to be approved. That will hold it up. It was about 8 months before we got approval. Now you will receive back retro pay, but it takes a while.
Yes.
So you have to be on top of it.
Correct.
So I think
That's what it is.
we're
And
at,
again, consistency is the major factor.
yes. Amy, I think we're at our time. Does this go to 10 or after 10?
10:03.
Yeah,
10:03.
it goes
Okay.
to
It's okay.
10.
I'm here.
There's
Okay,
just,
so
there's
there's
few more
another workshop.
questions. I don't know if you want us to continue, Marshall,
It's
or,
up to you. It's
Oh,
okay.
okay,
I'm here.
if we
You want me
can,
to?
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you can, by all means.
if it's okay
Teamwork
with
makes
you,
the
let's
dream
do
work.
it.
Let's do it.
So, question here coming in from the chat. Can Marshall share his contact information if our organization wants to reach out to him for presenting at another statewide meeting or event?
Yeah. It's there. My information is there. If it's feasible, like I said, we don't do, and like I said, I'll just read you my little thing. We personal implications, firewalls prevent us from participation via webinars or third-party products like Zoom. So presentations can be conducted via phone with the provided dial information like we did today, as long as the staff member is willing to present the PowerPoint on our behalf, okay? And then publications will be emailed by a DFD format for distribution to your patrons, because I sent you the stuff also, ladies, and you should have the websites that I sent the links.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm here by all means. They can contact me with whatever I can do. If I can't, I can send them publications. I can provide them with publications or whatever the case may be. Okay.
Thank you, Marshall. Another question,
welcome.
Dawn. I don't think you had read this, so if you did, please excuse me. I just had to step away for a sec. This says, where can we direct people who have questions or concerns about the impact of SSI or SSDI on their ability to work in some capacity? Are there free consultative services they can seek to discuss their personal circumstances with a knowledgeable SSA rep?
Yes.
So
Yes. The answer is yes.
So I actually have personal experience in that, and I know my son receives SSI and he also works. So you do, once that
Okay.
happens, there is a reporting process that takes place.
Correct.
And then you report your money, and that will reduce the income that comes that you
Correct.
receive. So if you're receiving, like, say, you know, throw in a number out, $500 a month, and he makes an income, then maybe 1 month based on his income, he'll only receive
Correct.
$450. So, and
Correct.
I have to say, Marcial,
There is a certain.
there's a certain way that they figure it out. It's a
Yep,
complicated,
yep.
it's a math. I tell you, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't consider
Yeah.
myself very math savvy, but I can tell you, I
know.
cannot figure out how that is determined, but it is determined. So
It
you
has-
just need to be aware of
Yeah,
that.
it is determined, and there's a certain amount you can make, like $65, anything over that, and half of that, and it's a whole calculation based on there's expenditures on what they pay, or whatever. There's travel costs. There's all these different kind of things that they reduce. They reduce the income, so that's an individual factor again. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yes.
Yes.
But you do
Very
have to
good.
report
Okay.
it monthly, which I have to say.
Oh yeah.
is
Oh, yeah.
very cumbersome. It is a cumbersome
I know, but
process.
it's based on
Yes.
the program, so unfortunately,
I
you know,
get it,
it's a
I
month
get
by
it.
month basis. You know, it's
Right.
it's cumbersome,
Yep.
but it's better that way, because that way, if you don't let us know and we find out later
Right.
on, it causes overpayment.
Oh, yes,
And then
it
you're
is a
liable. You have to
problem.
pay that back, and then they keep your check, or whatever the case may be. You got to pay it back, and then you're not getting benefits, and then then the IRS gets involved, and then you get
Yes.
you know, it gets crazy, but
It's important, correct.
yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Marshall, this person is indicating that some people they're working with are hesitant to apply because they do not necessarily understand the parameters in which they're allowed to work. Do you have any advice on
Okay.
that?
My advice to them is contact your local office, speak to someone, explain your situation. This is what's going on. This is how much I'm making. You'd be surprised. There are people that are not making that much and are eligible, could go in and apply. And there's other things, factors too. If someone is disabled and they want to work, there are people that want to work and they're found disabled. We have a ticket to work. They have a trial work for people who have worked. There's a 9-month work trial. That's another thing we get into. So you're gonna let us know, and it's just the way it works. We're here to help you, and you sometimes you have to make decisions in life. People are working. I mean, I've seen people 80 years old working to supplement their income, and it's so sad. Like, it's hard, and just in, you know, unfortunately, today's society, whatever the case may be. But yeah, contact your local Social Security office, speak to them, explain your situation, and then we'll take it from there. I mean, does that make sense?
Yes, sounds good. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
I think we ran through all the questions I've got coming through my end. Thanks, Marshall. I'm getting some
Okay.
thank yous coming to me directed towards you and your presentation.
I appreciate it. No,
Very
by all
helpful.
means. And again, I hope that I gave enough. I mean, it's a lot, but again, individually, everybody's different. Just know that we're here for you. I'll say we, representing my agency. We're here for you, regardless if it's SSI, whether it's DSSDI, whether it's retirement. Check, contact, let us know, and don't hesitate. Don't ever feel that I can't, I will, I can't. No, if you're entitled to it, why not? That's just the bottom line. Okay.
So this concludes our workshop, our SSI, what was our official title? I'm sorry, our overview of Social Security programs.
Overview of Social Security, and
Yes,
online
with
services.
Marcial Hernandez Jr. Thank you so much for joining us today. I just want to let everyone know that the workshop is recorded and that you will receive, the recordings for all of our workshops will be available on the website in November. For those in need of proof of attendance for continuing education credits, once again, you'll receive an email soon with your certificate if you completed that form that we asked you to complete. And then it's certainly up to your employer to accept this as proof of continuing education. You will not receive your certification if you didn't register with that form. And always, if you have any questions, you can always email njyouthtransition@gmail.com. So thank you everyone for joining us. I hope you take advantage of the other workshops that we have today, and we hope to see you at one of them later on. So thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Stay safe. My pleasure.